We have seen a ton of videos lately that are sponsored about chicken treats, and that got my wormy little brain going. Are sponsored chicken treats any better than any other chicken treat? So what we are going to do is some science to find out.
Science.
Science. Farmer John, the science guy, except for I'm his lovely assistant. Okay, let's get to work. Okay, so what I have here is a random assortment of some chicken treats and some random leftover, basically garbage that's coming out of my kitchen. So
It's not garbage.
well, it's slightly spoiled food and or leftovers that nobody's gonna eat. So my theory, my hypothesis is that they might like chicken treats better. This is some disgusting medley of like random bugs, mealworms. There's like beetles in here.
Yum.
Yeah, big yuck. So my working hypothesis is that they are going to like this best, and this was expensive. I got a 4-pound bag of this deliciousness for 40 bucks. So spent some coin on this experiment. And then I have scratch grains. This is like a combination of like a wheat seed and cracked corn. I've got some mealy, kind of gross watermelon. I've got leftover cooked zucchini. These are leftover cooked rice noodles. This was a patty pan squash that got too big because I am a bad gardener.
You're not a bad gardener. It was at our old house.
This is apples that weren't that good when we bought them and have continued to get worse. And this is an acorn squash that I got in Misfit Market about 6 months ago.
Really selling us on the other stuff.
Yeah. So what we're going to do, I've got 8 options here. I'm going to divide them into 2 groupings of 4. We are going to offer one grouping to one pen of chickens, see their 2 favorites, and pull those out as the bracket winners. Then I'm going to do another grouping of 4, pull the 2 winnings out as bracket favors, then put those 4 bracket winners into the next, pull out 2, and then we're going to have a head-to-head final winning chicken treat showdown with maybe the Silkies.
March craziness, because I think that phrase is trademarked. Watch yourself.
Yeah, so let's see if sponsored but not sponsored chicken treats really are the favorite chicken snack. Before you get started in watching this head-to-head epic battle showdown madness, leave your vote for who is going to be the favorite in the comments. John, what's your pick?
Watermelon.
Watermelon? That's also my backup pick.
Well, I think they're gonna like the grubs the best.
Yeah, I think there might be like interest in these rice noodles because like who doesn't like a good carb?
Well, I think they're gonna be interested in everything.
In everything, right? Except for maybe the really old acorn squash.
Well, I think they'll still be interested in that.
All right, so let's see the first battle.
First battle. Here we go.
Okay, so our first set of chickens are our Morans. We have a bunch of hens, a couple roosters. These are gonna lay dark brown eggs. So
Hopefully.
hopefully, someday, maybe. They're not yet. We've got overripe patty pan squash,
You're really doing a terrible job of selling us this.
mealy watermelon,
Delicious watermelon.
scratch grain, and old cooked zucchini.
Oh,
On for
taking
this.
it scratch grains.
So first taste was scratch grains. Wow.
Scratch grains is looking.
The initial is scratch grains is crushing. But I would like them to at least try something else.
Oh, watermelon. Oh no, that's leftover scratch grains.
It's very interesting. We need at least a second contender.
So since these chickens are so uncooperative, we're just gonna take their plate and we're gonna give it to the Silkies next door without the scratch grains.
See if we can get a vote.
See if we can get a vote. Very apprehensive.
It's movement.
So we got a watermelon.
That chicken just ate a piece of watermelon.
Yep. See if it goes back. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yum, 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 yum.
So luckily these silkies were helpful enough to pick a winner choice number 2. So of our first 4 options, our 2 that are going to advance to the next round are scratch grains and watermelon.
Hooray!
Okay, so for our next lineup we have apples, acorn squash, rice noodles, and the treats. So these are the Polish chickens. There is a lot of them in here. I have a feeling we're gonna have a little more action this time. Let's see how it goes. Oh, there's some early interest in the acorn squash. That's a surprise. An upset, as they might say. That one's really thinking about the bugs, and that one's thinking about the rice noodles.
There's a bug.
Rice noodles turned away and went to bugs. So I would say we've got some lingering interest on the acorn squash. Primarily the seeds of the acorn squash. Alright, so for the Polish round, we're calling it acorn squash, bugs. Moving on to the next round. This is the semi-final round. What's in it is acorn squash, watermelon, bugs, scratch grain. Let's see.
Sniffing them. There's a scratch grain. Scratch grain. Oh, acorn squash.
It's interesting, so everything except the watermelon so far, huh?
Yeah, they didn't really eat the bugs.
So should we just take this semi-final round into Norman and his crew?
Sure.
We're gonna move the semi-final round straight to Norman and the gang. These guys have a coop but not a run, working on that still. So I'm just gonna set this down and see if scratch grains remain the reigning champion of chicken treats.
I think you have a future as an announcer.
I know, I missed my calling as a Billy Mays. But wait, there's more. Straight to scratch grains.
What's up, Norman?
Oh, with some early interest in acorn squash.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
Lingering interest on scratch grains. Nobody's even sniffed the bugs.
Oh, there's some watermelons though.
Oh, good. Yeah, watermelons.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 3.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, a watermelon snag.
Yeah. From the biggest effing Buff Orpington roosters you have ever seen. I have ever seen.
Oh, we had a bug. Yeah, it's hard scratch grains and watermelons though.
Yep. Big time on the watermelons.
Yeah. And just nothing on those bugs. All right.
All right. I'd say that's pretty clear winner. Scratch grains. Okay.
All right, so our surprise winner was scratch grains. So, and watermelon as a second place winner.
Very close second.
Very close second, especially in with Norman and the gang. They love themselves some watermelon.
Look how big that coop is.
No, not quite finished. Pardon the mess. So, if I was a consumer in the market for some chicken treats, science has told me scratch grains are a good buy, watermelon is an okay buy, and bugs are a big fat loser buy. I'm never buying a bag of bugs again. Those were $40. And this was like super cheap. So science has spoken. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, send it to a friend. Save them some money on bugs. Not sponsored. We go live every Wednesday at 7 p.m. if you want to talk to us about scratch cranes. If you don't want to talk to us about scratch cranes, talk to us about anything in the comments down below. Like this video. If you want to watch another video about chickens, we're going to leave one right here. Bye! Thanks for watching!